This video is for rounds 8 and 9 of Eve. To begin, you are going to chain 1 and then work a single crochet into each of the first 2 stitches. 1, 2. Next, you are going to chain 6. We are going to work our first strip. So chain 6. And then find the second stitch. Let's see. This is 7, 6, 5, 4. The second stitch of round 4. You should have it marked. I can tell it's the second because this one is the first one. This is the second. So work a front post slip stitch around that stitch. Now you're going to turn, you're not going to flip it over, you're just going to rotate it. Chain 1 and then work 6 single crochet across the space you just made. That's your first strip. You are going to begin a second strip and you're going to work it around that same stitch. So chain 6, work a front post slip stitch around the same stitch. I'm going to work it below just because it's easier and I don't think it matters. Turn your work. Chain 1, and I'm going to move everything out of the way so that I can grab just this space like this and work 6 single crochets up the space. Now you should have worked 2 strips around the same stitch. Next, you're going to work a single crochet into each of the next 4 stitches of round 7. You're not skipping any stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you are going to work 2 strips around the next stitch of round 4. So chain 6, find that next stitch, work a front post slip stitch, turn, chain 1, work 6 single crochet stitches up the space, begin your next strip, so you will chain 6, work a front post slip stitch around that same stitch, turn, chain 1, find just that space and work 6 single crochet up the space, and then work 4 single crochet into the previous round without skipping any stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, you will continue as we've been doing, so you'll work 2 strips around the next stitch of round 4 and then 4 single crochet into round 7. When you come around to the end, You have already worked 2 single crochet, so your last repeat will only end with 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, and then you'll join. We've now finished round 8, so to begin round 9, you will chain 1 and work a single crochet into each of the first 2 stitches. Now we are at the first strip. You are going to work 12 double crochet down the strip, and what you're going to do is you're going to enclose the single crochet stitches that are already there. So you're going to work into the space just like you did before, but you're going to wrap your stitches around the stitches that are already there. So work 12 double crochet. Say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As you get closer to the bottom, you want to make sure that you use the entire space, so you don't have any of the space remaining. You don't want any gaps. So we have 12 double crochet. Now you're going to work a front post slip stitch around the cluster of round 2 that you have marked. And if you don't have it marked, it's pretty easy. It's just the one that's directly below. So you'll insert your hook around the cluster and just work a simple slip stitch. And all this does is attach it to the stitch. And now you're going to work, you see how I'm rotating my work. You're going to work up the next strip, which is the same strip worked around, worked next to it. And the first stitch can be a little difficult because it is a little bit away. The top loop can get kind of big, so try and work this first stitch at least as tightly as you can. Just like that. And then work 11 more so that you have 12 up this next strip. 3, 4, 5, 6, and I can already tell that they're kind of spaced a little too far apart, so I'm going to try and work them down so I have more space to work with. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And that is the first 2 strips. They should look like this. And then you'll work a single crochet into each of the next 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And to begin the next repeat, you will work 12 double crochet down the next strip, work a front post slip stitch around the next cluster, 12 double crochet up the next strip, and then work your 4 single crochet across. And then of course, when you come to the end, you've already worked your first 2 single crochet, so you'll work only 2. And that is how you work round 9. And just a final note, when you work round 10, when you come across here and you're ready to work your first popcorn, you will be working it in between these two strips. So you'll find the two marked stitches, or if you didn't mark them, you can count them. It is the second and third double crochet. This is the first one, that's the second one. You can kind of see it through there. So you would wrap your popcorn around the second and third stitch together as if they are one stitch. So you'll work the entire popcorn around these two stitches. And as you have gone around, your strips won't be as open as this. They will have kind of flared like this.